It's a nice, pretty day. About 15 minutes after 12 p.m., second day of March, year 2022. I'm about to put some water in that. It's drying out. I guess I've salvaged it or continued to salvage it through the winter. We are at almost 80 degrees. And so-called roommate, who has now moved out, she came up here yesterday to get her stuff. But I gave her two. She wanted them. Two pink file folders. Is the last order I think I'd done online late 2020 after my mother passed away. Got them from Walmart.com or whoever. I don't know who sent them. I think they actually come from Walmart or in a Walmart box. But you can stack them, return them, do legal size, standard size. So I guess I had 4 total, but she left last night, not too long after dark. Heard somebody on the porch, and it was her. And I pretty much told her that she could stay if she wanted to or thought we could work it out. She asked about mail. I already said that in another video. I said I didn't know when you were coming. I sent her an email about that. I don't get the stuff that comes, or if it costs money, I don't know how she's doing it. Or you got to have like a card or digital money. I guess it's none of my business. But yeah, them 2 pink file folders is the last order I had of late 2020, trying to prepare, trying to have extra filing stuff. So the boxes and stuff that were in there are gone. And she was even wanting to stand over up in here last night. And I'm like, nope, stay away from my stuff. I'm upset that I said it firmly. I wasn't mean or anything. She was the rude one. But she has left some stuff. To me, it don't amount to anything. She saw it. She walked in this room last night. That bowl is technically hers. It's kind of a nice bowl, but this time, I guess, really efficiently, we weren't even in a relationship. I remember I asked her early into her being here if she thought she'd ever get married. She said, depend on how well she is treated. I asked, going on a month later, she said, probably not. And then I can't find, unless it's in that closet, that I got from Glenwood, Arkansas, a bigger ratchet set that's been in here for years. I used to have those pink boxes in here in a bigger Walmart box. I think she burned, or some older ones that didn't come this year. I don't know. She was with me when I got that push mower from Lowe's. I think that's the parts to it. Yeah, it's out there. I don't know. It had a part. I let Kid use it last summer, and anyway, it broke. It wasn't her fault really, but she got too close to a little sapling tree I got out back, I think, a little peach sapling. Anyway, oh, there is another one. So I have a third one. I guess I could get all that stuff out and use it if I need to, but I don't know. There's certain things I kept. I don't know where they're at. I doubt they're back here. I just don't know. And I don't know. I might have some stuff in that. I don't think I do. This is going to be longer than I want. Yeah, things are not kept the way I wanted. If they're here, I don't know it. And I'm usually pretty good about saying, oh, I'm sorry I was wrong, but a letter, I'll probably never find that letter. The letter I wrote to myself in school, junior year, and the teacher would mail it after 5 years after graduation. I bet I never see that again. And it referenced the spring property. I don't know if it just happened that way or if she done it on purpose. Just select things, like selected family life insurance. I can't find TurboTax receipts, receipt the week that my mama passed away. Just stuff. Whether or not it's here and I don't know it. Property receipts, Montgomery County, Arkansas. It's like select things are gone. And boy, if she thinks something is done wrong to her, she complains, whines, throws a fit. But if it's like, even where I can prove the wrong she does to me disrespectfully, she don't see it, she don't get it, she don't care. Anyway, I called this on the December the 10th, 2021. The 501 number and or the toll-free number. The lady was very rude. I don't know what that is. The lady was very rude, calling me Mr. Parker, telling me if I didn't pay on the policy, it would go to the state. And I'm like, it's a $500 burial policy. I mean, there's no cash value to it. And I said, well, if I die, I said, I'm pretty sure my estate will cover my funeral expenses. And or if I die on this side of the Great Tribulation, as mentioned in Matthew chapter 24. And yeah, I was standing over there back where I had one of my phones up there on the wall. And yeah, she's calling me Mr. Parker, saying if I didn't pay on it. So she didn't even offer to send a form for it to be changed. Or what I don't get about these people, they don't even ask to like see your state ID or send a notarized form. I remember. She may have said would have to come in. I don't remember that. I think she hung up on me prematurely. I wasn't agitated. Was on the phone barely 5 minutes, but yeah, called me Mr. Parker. So if I didn't pay on it, it would go to the state. And the third and final point of what the woman said is I had no next of kin. So it sounds like she knows more about whatever situation I'm in than I know. And I did a report about that, whether I should disclose it here in or not, yesterday, because I'm almost afraid anymore. It's like what I do online is watched. I don't know if something goes through or not. I'm not doing as well as I'd like to on the printing capability. Those are the two printers I bought last summer, and late last fall, and one early on got messed up after I unjammed it. And anyway, yeah, so-called roommate that's been here. She come in. She made something to drink out of the last of that lemonade. Just for her, since she's thirsty, I said, go right ahead. You know your way around here. She wanted me to help her move her stuff out, complaining I wasn't helping, and I set it on the porch. She asked about some of her recent mail. I said I put it in the mailbox, return and sender. So yesterday evening was my first time to see her in over a week, and very little communication via phone, audio, or text. And usually when she's gone, she don't talk to me that much anyway. And even when we're under the same roof, we don't talk that much anyway. So I guess that's that. And I kind of wish it. She did a good job. She's the one that followed all this stuff here, really without my asking, though I let her do it when she started doing it. But it wasn't the way I originally asked or directed, or when I said I wanted help. Oh, and speaking on that photo I showed, this ain't all of the letter, but this, the week my mother died, I'm being handed that at the funeral office in Malado, Arkansas. And, that's when it started. And then that week I had adoption copies made of my adoption papers because they're legal size. I don't have anything here to make copies of something legal size. So this all really started the day after I found my mother passed, however long she'd been dead. I don't know. When I go over there around 4 p.m. on the 4th day of August 2020, she in my opinion, I don't know how many hours. I don't know if it's up to 12 hours like that night. I don't know. It did. I just know it hadn't happened in the past hour to 3 hours. And I barely touched her, and she's very, very cold. Rigor mortis had already set in. I don't know much about that. I tried to look up a little bit about it or something. I don't want to tell many details on that. And it'll take forever for this upload if it does. And the very next day, I'm on the phone to the county coroner. A lot of that stuff got put on Facebook. But then first half last year, Facebook was very, very difficult. Even the Facebook Messenger, the story deal. A lot of things were difficult online last year, even now. Some of it's due to low memory. Anyway, this woman, she told me, she said I was going to be alone. I guess she's right on that. I mean, she doesn't want to, she don't want a relationship with me. I don't even know why she come here this time. I kind of do, but I wish by the middle of January, after I saw some things I wish I just said, you need to figure out something else. I said, it ain't going to work here. I mean, after I'm seeing a stack of papers, I kept one of them, all this, the stuff I can't find. She had a whole stack of stuff like this, stuck in a stack of papers. I had it more ordered then. So there are certain things I had been keeping that I'd like to find, certain receipts, and some from just September 2021, last year. Today's second day of March, year 2022. I mean, I went in person to a certain office, the collector's office in Montgomery County, Arkansas, and paid. I mean, I still have indirect proof of it, but anyway, I first found a stack of papers like these with various names on it, and that name right there is very strange because I got that neighbor who has said all sorts of things that goes by Lucas Tyler Lang, apparently. Or I think when I asked his name last year for the first time, I was like, what is your name? And I think he said Lucas. I was going to say, he didn't say Tyler. But anyway, when I showed that deal about the Kelly Burial Association made out to Scotty Parker, it affiliates to this. And with COVID-19 and all that stuff going on, no telling how desperate people could get or what measures they would go to. I mean, I already know. I mean, the housing market, certain markets. I mean, I don't even know what's going on in the world right now. But again, I need to water that. But I guess try to end on this because it'll take a long time for this to upload. I mean, if that woman, and I feel I'm not trying to indirectly talk bad about her, or she even told me yesterday evening, she said there was something that she'd never do again, or said, I don't know if she means it, said a certain something she wasn't going to do anymore. And I'm like, more of a reason to try to work it out with me. I'm like, I've requested that in the past. And but I'll just say, I'll try to say it this way nicely and generally, but it's like if we had more in common on the right mature terms, I guess I'd be open for a relationship, but I can't go to any extreme, even if I could afford it. My running up and down the highways unnecessarily and bouncing around like that, that's done and over. Even just doing a lot of walking hurts my knee, or driving hurts my right shoulder, right knee, right ankle. But I've done my share of running around, just not as extreme as other people, like where they move to place, bounce around, don't stay in one place very long, kind of like a gypsy. But I definitely in mid to late 20s, even pushing 30, I did my share of unnecessarily running around, but I just didn't do it as far off and permanent as some people do, or the back and forth deal. And she, without my asking, she planted these. I'm not for sure. I bought them pots late last year or whenever I bought them at a store in Norman, Arkansas. And she separated the aloe vera plants I brought up one morning. But some of them plants that she planted, I don't know how far back, they're still coming up. It's hard for me to see this screen. I've only had this phone about 4 months. It dims in the light. It has some kind of auto adjust, and I'm not familiar with it. But anyway, I'm just gonna try to stay off phones today, and if this upload, I'm gonna let it upload. And I get mad or irritated sometimes when I try to upload something and it says data did not transfer, failure to upload. But I gotta put some water out on this. That's pretty dry. If things are in better order, I'd put more dirt in it or change it out. I bought a big pot last year. Where's it at? This one. That was to separate the smaller elephant ears coming out of it. And I need a storage building. Can't tell. I guess I don't know if that's a Hummer. That's more of a Jeep brand vehicle. It's not a Hummer because the back of it made me think Hummer. But yeah, I mean, if her and I had more in common, you know, I just have to say like common goals, morals, money management, you know, probably worked well pretty good. What are you wanting under there, Jasmine? That is strange behavior. I don't know. I don't think I have the cross space open. I shouldn't. And so many months after my mother passed away, in or about September, a neighbor with his tractor moved the 8x8 historical storage building. Anyway, I learned something out of it. Cross space is not opened. I learned something that if something can burn down that easy, but then again, it had years on not far behind the door. It had years of different oils and greases that soaked, like motor oils, because I did a lot of changing of filters. I mean, or putting funnels and stuff in and out. And so once that got started in the flooring, I mean, it was pretty much just 2x4s and sheeting of metal, like kind of like the roofing metal. I mean, on the wall, the exterior walls and exterior roof, it had no insulation, no interior wall. But I was like, man, I'm going to put it over there. Really, my idea is put it on that hill and kind of let it be known, you know, that I had plans for that hill, because it was less than 6 months since the new neighbors moved in. And I'm thinking, well, plus they moved right across the bottling plant. So, you know, they can't be worried about noise too much. And I thought, well, I'll just get it moved over there. And like, if things ever settle, maybe I'll have a little hobby with it, like a solar panel battery pack, do something with it. But anyway, anything that is that easily accessible, torn into, or burns down that easy, not a good unit. And even that latter half that year, or whenever it was, or by spring the next year, I tried to get some quotes for storage pods or storage units. Nobody contacted back. Somebody brought them artificial flowers for her a number of weeks back for so-called roommate. She's kind of unofficial so-called ex-wife to me farther back in the past, but not this go around. She's just a temporary, some kind of roommate. That's the way she made it out to be, and that's the way she wanted it to be. But gave me mixed signals at the same time. You know, it's like, why hang photos of herself up on the wall? And I explicitly told her not to do it unless she meant it. And that's partly why I burned some of the photos. They're meaningless. I mean, if I get to keep that one account I got, they're backed up. I still have a few of the other ones that don't associate to a bad memory. A lot of them, some of them do. I don't even think she's here the day I took that one. That was early on. Yep. That's all that's left, I guess. Wait, if there's family photo ones here, I don't want to show it. They're getting scattered. But certain things, what I want to hang on to, it's almost like I don't get to. That goes with that, whether it's the same one or right one. But I don't know. Yeah, losing access to an email late last year. To me, it keeps associating or affiliating to my like identity and past records, and I'm not happy about it, but I guess there's not much I can do about it. But it is a sad disappointment with her. I mean, I was hoping things would go better, be better, and but I will admit, I mean, compared to, with what I was doing and how I was living, not really eating right. And I was very overwhelmed and depressed, and hopefully I won't go back into it or to that level. And she just, by being around, brought that out. And I appreciate that. And she didn't even do that without trying. Hell, when she was here summer 2018, that fall, she kind of brought something out in me that she didn't even know or do or try. It was, I guess, just me seeing some of the natural qualities about her that I do like. There's daffodils up over there, but there's other qualities where we're just simply way too inconsistent, and don't mesh on, or know how to apparently mutually agree to disagree or mutually compromise. So anyway, strange how there's a Red Bull can and a Monster can down there. She typically drinks Monster, and I drink the Red Bull. But anyway, so yeah, I saw her last time in person yesterday evening on first day of March, right after dark, and she got most of her stuff. And I was very calm. I implied that if that could work, let's do it. Try to do it. You don't have to leave if you don't want to. I probably shouldn't even said that with the speculation I have. And she pretty much said she already tried. She's done trying, and said she hadn't yet submitted a change of address form, but she's going to. And I emailed her this morning because I got a piece of mail that was addressed to her, and I don't understand how she's doing all this stuff that's showing up here. Or it's not all that stuff. It's not that much. But anyway, take forever for this 21-minute, 10-second video to upload. But yeah, so yesterday's first time I saw her in over a week. This Sunday night would have made 2 weeks, this coming Sunday, and we've not talked much at all since she's been gone. That that always says a lot right there. And so since yesterday would be the last time I've seen her, it very well it'd be probably a long time before I ever see her again, or I probably never see her again. There's the odds of that. I'd be surprised if otherwise. Now, I really don't want to unless it's on good terms. I wish her no bad.